It happened at a liquor store on Detroit's east side. The whole thing caught on surveillance, and the men responsible were quickly identified. But now, 2 years later, after exhausting all resources to find Herbert Baldrige, the U.S. Marshals and Detroit police are releasing that video to show just how brutal he can be, with fears of what he'll do next.
They attacked him while he was in the store, and Herbert Baldrige was seen on the video stabbing him to death, and let him to die in a field.
25 seconds, that's all it took. A few well-placed stab wounds, and moments later, Jamel Jamison was dead.
He don't care about any human life to stab someone and leave them to die.
These are the men police say are responsible for the ambush attack. Cousins. The man in the black shirt is Billy Baldrige. He was captured in April 2014 by the U.S. Marshals Detroit Fugitive Apprehension Team, pleading guilty to second-degree murder, now serving up to 20 years in prison.
Seems to me like they had a prior altercation in the neighborhood.
It's Billy's cousin, Herbert Baldrige, police say is in blue, and that with a closer look is seen stabbing Jamison to death.
It's very personal. It's very brutal. You know, it's the worst way to die.
Authorities expending all resources in the search for Baldrige as the Marshals and Detroit police hit dead ends in the 2-year hunt. They're hoping you recognize him, or maybe his tattoos.
My gut's telling me he's probably still around the neighborhood, keeping a low profile, doing what he needs to do to stay under the radar. He has a lot of family here, has a lot of friends.
Increasing fears of what Herbert Baldrige is capable of in our neighborhoods as time passes as a wanted killer and desperation grows.
He does not care about human life. He would do anything at all costs, you know, to somebody who crosses him.
The U.S. Marshals say there are people here in Detroit who know where 37-year-old Herbert Baldrige is. He's 5'11", 200 pounds, and wanted for murder and probation violations. He's considered armed and dangerous. Now, you can call the U.S. Marshals Detroit Fugitive Apprehension Team with any information 24/7. That number is on your screen. I'm Anne-Marie LaFlame, 7 Action News.
Anne-Marie, thank you. And these stories are so very powerful. They've already led to a couple of arrests and apprehensions.
One guy saw his picture, or his family saw his picture just on the tees before the story even ran, and called him up and says, "Turn yourself in. They're coming after you."
How about it?
And he did.